Hello and welcome back to ROADTRIpVIA, the once-a-day road trip trivia quiz. Today's episode is day number 132 of the 365-day trivia road trip. This is a year full of 21-question random knowledge trivia quizzes. There's 20 questions up front, and then at the very end of this video, there's a question 21 tiebreaker, if you need to stick around for that. Thank you guys for watching, and good luck on today's quiz. Question number 1. The Camp David Accords were brokered by what U.S. president from Georgia, who, after his presidency, won a Nobel Peace Prize for his work while in office and for building houses in retirement with Habitat for Humanity? The answer is Jimmy Carter. Question number 2. Karl Blodig climbed all major 4,000ers in this mountain range. Lakes Lucerne and Geneva, as well as the origins of the Rhone and the Rhine rivers, are found in which range, which includes Mont Blanc and the Matterhorn? This mountain range is the Alps. Question number 3. The repetition of these events causes a condition discovered by Dr. Bennett Omalu called chronic traumatic encephalopathy, or CTE, which has been observed in the autopsies of professional boxers and football players. What are these mild brain injuries in which a force causes the brain to strike the skull? CTE is caused by repeated concussions. Concussions is the answer. Question number 4. The protagonist of this work is invited to a witch's sabbath by Mistress Hibbins. In what Nathaniel Hawthorne novel does Roger Chillingsworth arrive in New England to find his wife has been imprisoned for having an affair with Reverend Arthur Dimmesdale? This classic novel is called The Scarlet Letter. Question number 5. This author of the Aeneid hands Dante off to the beautiful Beatrice as Dante approaches heaven. Dante is accompanied through hell and part of purgatory by what Roman poet, a resident of Limbo? The answer is Virgil. Question number 6. Irma's injection was one of the title events that Freud analyzed in his book on the interpretation of these events. What are these common experiences that Freud argued are forms of wish fulfillment? The answer is dreams. Question number 7. In 1001 Arabian Nights, the collection of Persian stories, there are tales of Ali Baba and the 40 Thieves and the story of Aladdin. There is also a story about what sailor who encounters enormous birds called rocks in his 7 voyages? That sailor's name was Sinbad. Sinbad the Sailor. Question number 8. This trophy is awarded yearly to the winner of a final series put on by the National Hockey League. What is this bottom-heavy, beautiful trophy that was named after a Governor General of Canada? The answer is the Stanley Cup. Question number 9. This god is often depicted holding a Sudarshana chakra in one of his 4 hands. This god forms the Trimurti alongside Brahma and Vishnu. What is the name of this god of destruction and rebirth whose consort is Pavarti? The answer is Shiva. Question number 10. During this trial, Clarence Darrow argued that the Butler Act was unconstitutional. What was the name of this event in which a Tennessee schoolteacher was accused of violating the Butler Act? Clarence Darrow famously argued the Scopes monkey trial. Question number 11. The largest organ in the human body, the skin, contains this structural protein that gives tendons their elastic quality. Fibroblasts produce what triple alpha helix protein, the most abundant polypeptide in mammals? It's a little Brainy Tuesday activity for you. If you got this one, you're a genius. The answer is collagen. Question number 12. The movement of these particles produces electrical current. What is the name of these subatomic particles that orbit the nucleus and are attracted to protons because of their negative charge? They are attracted to protons with a positive charge because they are electrons and have a negative charge. The answer is electrons. Question 13. This satirical novel begins with its title character being thrown out of Castle Thunderton Trunk and ends with him declaring, "Let us cultivate our garden." What was this novel by Voltaire in which the title character ends up living on a farm with Cunegonde, Martin, Cacambo, and his mentor? The answer is Candide. Question 14. It led to the creation of the Tennessee Valley Authority and the construction of the Hoover Dam, allowing unemployed workers to move out of Hoovervilles. What was the name given to this series of economic programs, Franklin Roosevelt's attempt to end the Great Depression? What was the overall nickname for the whole thing? They called it the New Deal. Question number 15. In Kate Chopin's The Awakening, Edna Bontillier dies in this manner. In Victor Hugo's Les Miserables, Inspector Javert commits suicide in this fashion. What is this manner of death by which Virginia Woolf also took her own life? Not a good way to go. The answer is drowning. Question number 16. The steel butterfly of this country fled during the People's Power Revolution, leaving behind a collection of over 1,000 pairs of shoes. Douglas MacArthur stated, "I will return," after being forced to retreat to Australia from which country in World War II? The answer is the Philippines. Question number 17. Gustavus Adolphus, the king of this country, was killed during the Battle of Lutzen in the 30 Years' War. What is the name of this country that lost its eastern territory to Russia after the Great Northern War, land that would eventually become Finland? The answer is Sweden. Question 18. This Greek mathematician's principle explains buoyancy, and he supposedly shouted Eureka after realizing that water displacement could be used to prove a gold crown was fake. Who was this man that also established the law of the lever? The exclamation of Eureka is famously associated with Archimedes. Question number 19. Romeo and Juliet was printed in Shakespeare's first collection of plays. The collection was published in what type of large page format, whose name comes from the Latin for leaf? This large page format, the word we're looking for is folio. Published it in a folio. Question number 20. In Through the Looking Glass, Tweedledee and Tweedledum recite a poem called The Walrus and the Carpenter to Alice. The two title characters talk of cabbages and kings, then befriend a group of what type of creatures before eating them? The walrus and the carpenter befriend a group of oysters and then eat them. All right, that is it for today. Thank you for watching today's episode of ROADTRIpVIA. Make sure you check back tomorrow. This was the last regular episode of the week. Tomorrow starts the pit stop trivia. It's the weekend. We're going to do the same amount of questions, but the questions are shorter. The answers come faster. The name of the game is speed. We're in, we're out. Monday, we'll be back with regular length quizzes. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Here is question 21, the tiebreaker. The television family, the Munsters, lived on Mockingbird Lane in Mockingbird Heights. What was their 4-digit house number? We're looking for the house number of the Munsters, who lived on Mockingbird Lane in Mockingbird Heights. Whichever player gets closest to this number wins. The answer is 1313, Mockingbird Lane. So whichever player got closest to that wins. Thank you very much to Steve C. He's a viewer who has sent in a whole bunch of good question 21 tiebreaker questions where they're all number based. Really helping me out. Thank you, Steve. And yeah, I'll see everybody tomorrow.